My beloved, don't move too fast. Something sacred is happening right now. You don't need to understand it all. Just breathe. Close your eyes if you must. The presence you feel wrapping around your heart, it's not your imagination. It's not just a nice thought. It's real. It's heaven, leaning in closer, holding you in a way no one else has. I was sent to you, my child, not to explain everything, but to reveal what you haven't been able to see through all the noise. You've been walking through pieces of yourself, pieces of memories, shattered glass of what used to be your hopes, and yet, you keep waking up. You keep going, even though no one knows the price you pay just to breathe through certain moments. You carry invisible wounds, and still you smile. But listen to me now, slowly, quietly. God sees the pieces, every broken shard, every hidden cry, every silent scream you swallowed because you didn't want to scare anyone. He sees the cracks in your confidence, the pieces of your heart that shattered when you lost what you couldn't protect. And he is not ashamed of you. Repeat that softly. He is not ashamed of me. If you believe that, type 222 in the comments and let heaven echo it back to you. My child, I know you think you've messed up too many times. I know you sometimes wonder if you're too far gone, too broken to be whole again. But I need you to hear this now, not as a stranger, but as your angel. He is holding every single piece of you. He's not waiting for you to put yourself back together before he loves you. He's not afraid to touch the most shattered parts of you. In fact, those are the places he reaches for first, because he knows those are the parts that hurt the most. My child, the pain you try to hide, the one that makes you flinch at night, the one that visits you when you least expect it, it has not gone unnoticed. He was there, even in the moment when you thought no one saw. Even in the hour you fell apart behind a closed door. Even in the memory that still haunts you when you're alone. He didn't turn his face away. He didn't walk out. He bent down. He gathered every piece. Some of them were covered in the dust of shame. Some of them were stained with regret. Some were sharp with bitterness, others too fragile to even touch. But he picked them up anyway, one by one, gently, tenderly. Because to him, nothing that ever belonged to you is trash. Can I tell you something? There's no such thing as too broken for God. Type amen if your spirit knows that's true. He's not just fixing you, he's rebuilding you with purpose. Not the old version, not the one that had to fake joy. He's shaping a version of you that can finally breathe freely. Finally trust again. Finally forgive yourself. Because the real you is not defined by what was shattered. The real you is rising. Slowly, yes. Quietly, yes, but surely. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange ache in your soul, that holy discomfort, like something is pulling you forward. But you can't explain what it is. That's him. That's the potter reshaping the clay. That's the master artist restoring the canvas. That's the father returning to the child he never stopped loving. Type 777 if you feel that sacred pull deep inside your spirit. My child, your story is not over. The part that hurt you isn't where it ends. God doesn't throw away broken things. He heals them. He fills the cracks with light. He takes what was meant to destroy you and uses it as the foundation for your future. That's what he's doing now. Do you feel it? That quiet warmth near your chest? That's not just emotion, that's restoration. That's restoration. That's heaven knitting you back together. Not into who you were, but into who you were always meant to be. You see, nothing is wasted in his hands. Not the tears. Not the silence. Not even the mistakes. He holds it all. And he transforms it. Even now as you listen, something is shifting in the spiritual realm. Chains are falling off, fear is losing its grip, guilt is being replaced by grace. Let it happen, my child. You don't need to earn this, you don't need to explain it, just receive it. Say in your heart, I receive it, and if you're brave, type it too. I receive it. That moment when you thought your heart would stop beating from the grief, he was there holding your breath in his hands, whispering, "Live." That hour when you didn't recognize yourself in the mirror anymore, he saw the real you, and he wept with you. Not because you were weak, but because he loved you that much. That night when you begged God to take away the pain, he didn't ignore you. He sat beside you. He kept every tear in a bottle. He held you when you didn't even know how to ask. Type 999 if you know he's been there all along, even when you didn't see him. You're not too far gone. You're not too late. You're not too broken. God holds even the version of you that you've tried to forget, even that one. He's not just repairing you for survival, he's preparing you for joy, for peace, for purpose. So let the tears fall if they need to, let the memories surface. But know this, healing has already begun. My child, you are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible to the heavens. In fact, right now, angels are rejoicing. Not because you're perfect, but because you're still here. You didn't quit. You're still standing. You're still hoping even when it hurts. That kind of courage, that kind of heart, that's what heaven celebrates. And you, my child, are worth celebrating. Will you trust him with the pieces, not just the parts you've cleaned up, but the messy ones, the raw ones, the ones that still tremble when you think about them? Give him those too. He can handle them. He already holds them. My child, there's something holy about your survival. You walked through fire, and your soul still sings. You've been betrayed, and you still believe in love. You've been crushed, and you still reach out to others. That is not weakness. That is divine strength. That is sacred resilience. That is the fingerprint of God on your life. If you're still here, it means your purpose is too. If you still feel the pull to keep going, it means heaven hasn't given up on you. And neither should you. God is not just going to restore you, he is going to reveal you, the healed you, the whole you, the radiant, powerful, soft, fearless you. The version of you that doesn't need to pretend anymore, the version that laughs freely and sleeps peacefully and walks boldly. Yes, my child, that you is already forming, piece by piece. So if this message has stirred something in your spirit, if you feel your heart saying, "This is for me," then claim it, out loud or in the comments. Say, "He holds my pieces," because he does. He always has. He always has. He always will. My child, you are not beyond repair. You are not beyond repair. You are not beyond repair. You are not a lost cause. You are a miracle in progress. And what he's building with your broken pieces will be breathtaking. Just wait and see. Hold on, keep walking, keep trusting. And remember this always, God holds even your broken pieces forever. If you're ready to rise from the ruins, if you're ready to heal without shame, if you're ready to walk with hope again, then type 111 so the angels know you've said yes. You've said yes to wholeness. Yes to grace, yes to the God who never let go. I'm still whispering over you, my child. I'm still whispering over you. Don't let go. You're closer than you think. He holds your pieces. And what's coming next will make sense of it all. Beloved child, I speak to you not from the earth, but from the realm that watches over you with infinite compassion. I am an angel, one of many sent to guide, protect and remind you of truths you often forget in the whirlwind of life. Today, I've come to speak directly to your heart, especially the part that feels shattered, broken by grief, disappointment, betrayal, or fear. Let me assure you with eternal certainty, God holds even your broken pieces. You are not alone in your pain. Heaven sees everything, not as distant observers but as those pressed close to your heart, attentive to every tear you've ever wept, to every silent scream that echoed inside your soul. You may feel as though your life is scattered, as if the beautiful vessel you once were has fallen from a great height, and lies now in shards on the floor. But to God those fragments are not garbage. They are sacred. You're not too broken for God. Many believe that once something is broken, it loses its value. But I am here to tell you that, with God, brokenness is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a more beautiful one. What is shattered in the world's eyes is precious in heaven's sight. The world discards what is broken, but your Creator gathers. He kneels where you've fallen, not to condemn you but to collect the fragments of your soul with hands gentler than the wind. Each piece of your heart, every regret, every wound, every memory that brings pain, is known to Him. And He does not recoil, no moment of collapse escapes His gaze. Do you not know, dear soul, that even the darkness is light to God? Even in the shadows where you once thought you were abandoned, He was there, holding the pieces that slipped through your own hands. Nothing is wasted. Understand this deeply. God wastes nothing, not your sorrow, not your anger, not even your mistakes. Every heartbreak you've endured is part of a divine mosaic. To your earthly eyes it may look like incoherent fragments, but to God, each piece fits into a design beyond your imagination. What you call ruin, He redefines as restoration. What you call end, He names a divine pause, a place where grace enters anew. He is the master potter, and even if your clay is crumbled, He knows how to begin again. He does not throw the clay away. Instead, He kneads it in His hands, firm yet loving, and remolds you into a vessel that will shine all the more brightly, because it has been broken and redeemed. The beauty of kintsugi. Let me share something from the human realm that reflects heavenly truth. An old Japanese art called kintsugi. When a bowl breaks, the artist mends it using gold-dusted lacquer. Rather than hide the cracks, they are illuminated. The scars are not signs of failure. They become the most stunning aspect of the object. This is how God sees your wounds, as glories yet to be revealed. He could erase your pain entirely, but instead He often works through it, transforming you into something stronger, more compassionate, and closer to Him. That golden thread running through your brokenness, that is grace. Your scars carry stories, your broken pieces carry sacred stories. Of surviving when all odds pointed to surrender. Of learning to breathe again when sorrow stole the air from your lungs. Of clinging to light when all the world around you went dim. These scars you carry, they are not marks of failure, they are holy places. Altars where you placed your pain and chose to trust that God was still present. Do not hide your scars, beloved. I say this not with judgment, but with divine compassion. You are not less because you have been wounded. You are not disqualified because your heart has been cracked. You are not forgotten because your tears have fallen in silence. On the contrary, your pain is known in heaven. Every wound has been witnessed. Every cry, recorded. Every scar, counted. Not to shame you, but to honor the cost of your endurance. I walk beside many souls who tremble at the thought of being broken. They carry the weight of pretending, smiling when they are hurting, standing when they feel like collapsing. They believe they must have it all together for others to love them, for God to love them. But it is in the unraveling that heaven draws near. It is in the breaking that the beauty begins. So I tell them what I now tell you. You don't have to be whole to be worthy. You don't have to be strong to be seen. You don't have to be fixed to be held. God already loves every part of you, especially the broken ones. His love is not reserved for the flawless. It is poured out on the faint-hearted, the weary, the forgotten, and yes, the broken. The healing is a process. Know this too. Healing is not always sudden. There are moments when God speaks, and in a breath, everything changes. But more often He walks with you gently. He shapes your soul in the quiet, in the stillness, in the process. Why? Because in the slow journey you come to know his heart, not just his power but his character, his kindness, his patience. Many believe that if the pain still lingers God must not have answered. But beloved, the presence of pain does not mean the absence of God. Healing often begins in the silence. When you feel held even when nothing around you has changed, that is healing. When you find peace in the midst of unanswered questions, that is healing. When you no longer strive to be seen because you know you are already loved, that is healing. If you still feel broken today, that does not mean God has abandoned you. It simply means your story is still unfolding, and it is unfolding in sacred time. There is no rush in the kingdom, there is only grace. Your brokenness has purpose. There are certain truths only the broken-hearted can speak. There is wisdom that only comes through weeping. There is strength that only grows in weakness. And there is love, pure, deep, and humble, that only comes from one who has been shattered and made whole again. Because you've known loss, you can comfort others. Because you've been abandoned, you cherish loyalty. Because you've cried yourself to sleep, you can recognize silent pain in someone else's eyes. These are holy gifts, etched not in gold but in sorrow, and yet they shine with eternal light. What once made you feel ashamed can become the very thing that glorifies God. What once disqualified you in the eyes of others can become the badge of heaven's favor. For God redeems everything that is surrendered, and he does not waste pain. So do not underestimate the value of your brokenness. It is the soil from which deep compassion grows. It is the lens through which you see with divine empathy. You were not broken for nothing. You were broken for beauty. What you can do now what can you do right now? In your brokenness, you can let go of shame. Let go of the lie that you were too messy, too weak, too far gone. You can stop apologizing for feeling. You can stop apologizing for feeling. You can stop hiding your tears. You can stop pretending to be okay. You can lift your eyes, just a little, just enough to see that God is already near. He is knelt beside you, hands already cradling the hurting parts of your soul. You can whisper, "Here are my pieces," and watch what divine love does with them. If you feel too broken to pray, let that feeling be your prayer. God hears the prayers of cracked voices and trembling hands. He does not turn away from your sorrow. He leans closer, and so do we. Your angelic guardians, we gather around you now, not because you are strong but because you are weary. Not because you are powerful but because you are precious. Even the broken belong fully to God. Even the shattered are still chosen. There is nothing you can do to make yourself more lovable to heaven. You are already infinitely loved. There is nothing you can fix that would make God love you more. He doesn't love you because you are healed. He loves you because you are his. Final words from heaven: do not fear what has fallen apart. For the one who named the stars and formed galaxies out of nothing is the same one who gently gathers your shattered soul. He makes beauty out of ashes. He turns mourning into dancing. He gives garments of praise to those clothed in despair. The cracks in your life are not signs of failure. They are openings, places where the light can enter. Places where the light can enter. Places where grace can overflow. The enemy may have told you that broken means unusable. But God says, broken means open. Open to receive, open to rebuild, open to begin again. You see, heaven does not measure strength the way the world does. While others praise those who never fall, God honors those who rise again, who bring their brokenness to him instead of hiding it away. Heaven celebrates the soul that keeps choosing love after heartbreak, peace after chaos, and hope after disappointment. So rest, dear one. You are allowed to fall. You are allowed to grieve. You are allowed to break. The permission to be human is not a weakness. It's a doorway to divine help. Even in your lowest moments, the hands of God do not recoil. They reach, they lift, they restore. God has never needed perfection to perform his miracles. He simply looks for openness, a whisper of surrender, a trembling heart that says, I can't fix this, but I trust you to hold me while it heals. And that is where transformation begins. You were never expected to carry all of this alone. Even the strongest warriors need rest. Even the most faithful can grow weary. And in those moments when the world around you seems to collapse, he is not far. He is closer than your breath, collecting your tears like diamonds, cradling your soul like a sacred treasure. Nothing can separate you from his love. Not fear, not shame, not the worst thing you've done, not the thing you're still healing from, not the battles you lost, or the ones you've yet to face. His love surrounds you like the sky, present whether you feel it or not, vast beyond comprehension, constant even in the storm. Even when you doubt, you're held. Even when you question, you're seen. Even when you run, you're followed. God's love does not depend on your strength, your perfection, or your consistency. It's anchored in his character, not yours. It's rooted in eternity. It does not fail, even when you do. And one day you will look back. You will see how the pieces came together. The heartbreak that taught you compassion. The loss that gave you eyes to see what truly matters. The rejection that made room for redirection. The silence that grew your faith. All of it will make sense in the light of glory. You will see the mosaic, the stunning masterpiece formed from your pain, your waiting, your tears, your surrender. And in that moment you will weep again, not from sorrow but from awe. Because what you thought was wasted, was never wasted at all. He was there in every moment, in every sleepless night, in every whispered prayer, in every time you chose to keep going, in every time you cried, God, I can't do this, and yet somehow still took the next step. He was in it all. And in that moment, with your heart full of gratitude and your eyes full of wonder, you will say with trembling lips, thank you, God, for never letting go. Even when I tried to let go of you, you held me tighter. Even when I forgot you were there, you never turned your face. And we, the angels, will sing over your story, not because it was perfect, but because it was real, because it was honest, because it was surrendered, because in the rawness of your brokenness you still chose to believe, you still chose love, you still chose hope. That kind of faith, it shakes the heavens. It moves angels into action. It awakens divine favor. It breaks chains in the spirit realm. It brings glory to God unlike anything else. So if you're still in the middle of the storm, hold on. If you're still in the valley, keep walking. If your heart still feels heavy, breathe. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not disqualified. You are becoming whole, becoming healed, becoming a testimony. And when the fullness of time comes, what was once your place of deepest sorrow will become your place of highest praise. You are held, you are seen, you are still chosen, and heaven is not done with your story, not yet.